All right, hello and welcome to another episode of Mr. Pisto Plays Magic the Gathering Arena. We have old Rutstein in Standard Brawl. A lot of my people who frequently comment in my comments have said that this card's been pretty cool. And I don't know why I put it off for so long, but here we are. It is a 3-mana 1/4 human peasant, and at the beginning of your upkeep or when it enters the battlefield, you mill a card. If you mill a creature, you get a treasure token, or if you mill a creature, you get an insect. If you mill a land, you get a treasure token, and if you mill a non-creature, non-land, you get a blood token. So it's a way to just gain advantage from your graveyard before you even get to gain advantage from your graveyard. So some cards I want to highlight that have been pretty cool for me with this commander is Deadly Brew. You can use it as an edict on your opponent, sacrificing a creature. But if you sacrifice a permanent, you get to return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. And with Rutstein making insects and a lot of other token generating things, this Deadly Brew is often 2 mana. Your opponent sacrifices a creature, you get to take a card back from your graveyard. Egon, God of Death, we're using his Throne of Death to being exiling the smaller creatures that we don't want to reanimate to draw us cards. Also helps us build up our graveyard. Dryad's Retrieval gets us 2 cards out of our graveyard because it has flashback. Consuming Blob, I commented on this one in another deck, but it just didn't quite perform the way I wanted it to perform. But in this deck, it has been performing like no tomorrow. It's so good. Being able to make a creature every turn, and quite often will get to be 3/4 or 4/5, which is very good. Ancient Green Warden, we are doing a lot of self-mill, so being able to play our lands from our graveyards and able to have the odd landfall thing trigger twice is quite powerful. Some cards to get cards out of the graveyard. We have Blood Fountain. This helps us put things in, but we can also sacrifice it to return creatures. Null Priest of Oblivion. You pay 6 mana to return a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. Nisso of Shadowed Boas, it ramps us. It also can return a creature from our graveyard to the battlefield and put in 1/1 counters on it. Return Upon the Tide and Diagraph Rebirth. These are both great regrowth spells to bring our creatures back from the graveyard. Reanimator spells. This one you can flashback, and the ability to be able to make it cost less when creatures die is very, very powerful. And then we have Agadeem's Awakening. A land if we need it. You can also pay 5 or 6 mana to get back a 1, 2, 3 drop. So it's just a very versatile card. In Reanimator, you also want things to reanimate. 2 of the main reanimation spells are Beledros Witherbloom and Demon of Loathing, along with Battle Mammoth. And the last one I want to highlight is this thing, Daemogoth Titan. We generate enough tokens that this 4 mana 11/10 can be a beater. So let's get into a few games with old Rutstein and let's have some fun. All right, let's do this. I think we could probably mulligan this. The Hydra is a nice 2-for-1. But I think, yeah, we mulligan this. This isn't great, but we can keep it. I don't want to go to 6. Up against Edgar Charmed Groom and Edgar Markov's Coffin, you can play one of 2 things. You can go deep on the Vampire Tribal, or you can just play Control and have it be something that gets killed often. We don't need to use that for a land. You can use Dig Up to go find something. What that something is, I'm not too sure, but they're going very slow. We get 1 activation off this before it dies. All right. If you wouldn't kill it, you probably should have killed it before the card went in the graveyard. I don't know how that works. But anyways, it's dead. Edgar Markov. It's a very annoying creature. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure, we'll do this. That takes like 2 removal spells to kill it. Alright, a blood token. So we can do this. Too bad that wasn't a land. We could have played our demon. We do this. And then we'll probably just binding. Finding this. We're gonna take a beating for a little while here. All right, there. Either could be multiple things. Sure. We'll take action. Don't feel like leaving it there. We'll grab this. We'll put this on black. And then we will do this. We'll see what happens. Probably poison in the cup, be my guess. Okay. I think it is time for us to die. And dig up. But even if I dig up an exile spell, they have more than enough land to replay this. I could dig up let's dig up this. And I'm going to play Sarulf. Play this as a land. Just tapped. I don't know if we can make it. They just had the perfect mix of, well, we just haven't drawn the cards we needed to draw. Now I have to outrace this. All right, now we get to do this to this. I'm also going to dump this to see if we can get a removal spell of some kind. Token generator. We can return a permanent. Get binding back. Guess this is a demon, right? Yeah? They have another removal spell. Wow. Well, we can block here and not die. Or we died. They had everything. All right, on to the next one. Sure, we can keep this. Up against humans. That out. So Katilda, Dawnhart, Prime, protection from werewolves. Humans tapped at one color of the mana in their converted mana cost, and you can tap it and pay 6 to put a 1/1 counter on thing. On each creature you control. This may need to be a land for us. We shall see. They can play a 4-drop, or they can play a 2 and a 3. Or interesting. That's fun. We'll let them have their fun with that. I want to get this going. See what they can do with it. I'm not sure if it's worth blowing up or if we should blow up the paladin class. They pump mana into the paladin class, so probably. Getting a 3? What kind of 3 are they gonna get? This is nice against this though. Whatever they decide to sacrifice gets exiled. What are they gonna take? Okay. I kind of want to get rid of this. To be honest. Maybe this is a mistake. We will see. See if that was a mistake or not. That's annoying. Whenever enters or attacks. Exiled my, yeah. Going to go as a green. I think I'm just gonna blood in the snow here. Kind of have to. And then I leave old Rutstein in the graveyard. Now I get to bring it back. I want this. And we're done. Laid to rest. Whenever a human you control dies, draw a card. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it dies, you gain. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't have anything of interest in the graveyard now. We're just gonna do this. And let's get Edgemore Witch down. Sure, why not? All right, we're doing stuff. That blood in the snow was big. All right, first, let's try and draw something. I like that card. We don't have anything we want right now, but I will attack with these two. I could get, yeah, a land back. It's a good little card advantage. This token, a permanent. I should have played it before combat. And we got the W. All right, on to the next one. Mono green, our opponent goes first. We have such a close to keepable hand. I think we need a mulligan. This is one of the first times I think I would I'm actually if we keep drawing lands, we'll be okay. And we could draw little spells too. This could be a very loose keep. We're up against mono green, Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. This will be a stompy ramp style of deck. We are drawing all of our big stuff and none of our little stuff. I like this card. Finding a snowland, making sure you hit your land drops. I don't think we have very many. Well, that's good for us. Comes Ashaya. No blocks. All right, well, let's do this to start. And I think I want Eladros in my graveyard. We can get blockers. And of course. Right, this next turn's gonna hurt. Triggers itself. All right, we need a land, please. I think I'm just gonna block sack. Oof. Oof. Yeah, we're definitely blocking and sacrificing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's unfortunate. Ow. Block. Sacrifice. Take action. I should have left it there. That was stupid. Arr. Oh, this is actually gonna work. Destroy all creatures. We'll pay 5. Get Loth back.
Are you enraptured by my beauty?
We'll get some spooters. We have sorcery instant land, so this is a 3/4. Yeah. Hello, Ashaya. I think we just do this. That.
New job, new life. You'll learn the power of death.
And we got there with our planeswalkers. All right, on to one last game. Let's do this. This is very much keepable. Up against Selesnya life gain, one of the stronger decks in the format. So if we lose, we lose. But we have a pretty good starting hand. We'll get our blood token. So now we can get something into the graveyard. We have the Dargraph Rebirth. Alright, let's get our enchantment remover going. This could go one of two ways. They could just life gain the living daylights out of us. And not every land that they do gets them to scry 1. We'll go double black, I guess. Loth is double black. I don't want the blood tokens. I'm thinking this may have to take out that one on top. Ow. We're gonna take 7? Okay. We're gonna take 8? Okay. 1 on top? Okay. This keeps generating us tokens. Land. I feel like we kind of have to do this. I'm thinking this should be the 2 mana sacrifice an artifact one. And we don't have to do this right now. Like that's not a. This isn't a high priority if we can start generating advantage. But man, it would have been nice to get a. We'll just do this anyways. Actually, we're gonna do this. You can have a card. I'm gonna get in 2 damage. And I'm gonna stop their life gain. And end the turn. Stop the bleeding. So this is whenever a creature with power 2 or less, you draw a card and gain a life. Joss, you can go to the bin. We can get you back. There's a land. We'll do this. We'll do this. Next turn we get Bellajoss out of the graveyard if we want to. We could also play Loth. Man, they've scryed almost every single card to the top. It's hard to win when they keep scrying things at the top. Sure. Guess they just 2-mana draw a card. That'll be handy. But we're gonna do this. Thank you very much. I could have untapped all my lands, but I don't think that's a good idea right now and leaving us at 4. They have to have an answer. They've been scrying everything to the top. Life gain, but no trample yet. Maybe they have the other rune. Oh, that's a scary thing. Excuse me. In there yet? Nope. Getting real tired of these blood tokens. That comes into play tapped. I think get this down. I think we get this down.
You could
This-
have such power, but you are too weak to take. Aren't I the generous one?
No attacks. Ooh, what you get? What you get? Yippee, more life gain. A land. That's interesting. Well, we're gonna do this first.
Oh yes.
Ooh, some
I
card
want the
draw.
knowledge you seek.
I think we're going to do this. And I want this one.
I will get what I want.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one. Fit these two in. turn them into 2/1s. This just says this is just double strike.
My subservience will be rewarded.
Make a couple spiders.
Do what I demand.
Do what I demand. To get this back, we could exile this thing. I'm not worried about this anymore. I just don't want this to die and come back and we lose to it. We're getting to a board state that is going to be a little bit ridiculous. Sure. Kinda need to kill this. Away. Ooh. That's life gain every... Sure. There's trample now. The trample's problematic. I think we let Loth go down. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What I really need now is blood in the snow.
It is insufferable. I will cull the weak.
We will discard one. Game over, I think. All these draw a card, but that's I played this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Yep, we are Dunskies. Can play this. And be dead? Oh yeah, we're very dead now. We're very, very dead now. Alright, on to post game. Thanks for watching, and I'll give you a little bit of what I think about the deck, and then we'll be done. Alright, let's see if I survive. You go 1 here, this can block here, this blocks here, this blocks here. Take 1,000,000. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. All right. On to the post game. All right. Old Rutstein. I really enjoyed building and playing this deck. We didn't get to see all the cards in action, but we got to see some of them. We got to see the consuming blob get pretty big. We got to see the planeswalkers in the deck be very powerful, as planeswalkers are always powerful. When you're building the deck, there was one return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield that I did not play. That was, where are you? This one, Edgar's Awakening. I thought 3 actual return creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield, plus a few, oh, and Aghanim's Awakening, so it's 4, plus a few of the return target creature card or permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. I thought that was enough, and having the 5, 5, and 5 it's not ideal. So I thought this one, because we can make it 4, and this one because it could become cheaper, and because you could flash it back, so it was technically 2 in 1. I thought it fit better into the deck than the cards that we had. That one, and then you could change up the big spells. I thought Beledroth Witherbloom was good because A, if you got it down early, you could like double spell, and B, it generated creature tokens for your cards like Village Rites and ones that wanted to sacrifice things like the Demoneth, Demigoth Titan. Then Demon of Loathing I liked because trample, getting players to sacrifice things, and it kind of comboed well with Terror Grid. And then the other bigger spell over 5 was Ancient Green Warden. We're self-milling a lot, so playing cards from playing lands from your graveyard can be quite important. We didn't get to see it go off, but I can tell you that it can go off, and it is fantastic. There are lots of other big beefy creatures that you could play in green and black for the reanimation targets for the deck, but those are the ones that I chose, along with some powerful 5-drops, like I said, Terror Grid, Battle Mammoth, very powerful card that gets you to draw cards. It also can be efficient to cost at 5 or 4 mana, and we're self-milling, so the consuming blob did get pretty big. We saw it there in the last game, but we just couldn't keep up with the life gain shenanigans and the scrying and everything that Trelesarra had to offer. We just didn't find our answers. That's old Rutstein. Build it the way you want to build it. I think this is a great jumping off point. If you don't have all the rares and mythics, there are a lot of good common and or uncommon cards that you can use to reanimate. You don't have to be reanimating rares, although Demon of Loathing is one of those arena cards that you always have, so you always have a pretty powerful 7-drop. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. Mr. Pisto to you, take care, be safe, bye for now.